Did you know that there's a fruit you eat regularly that can kill you? Are your favorite foods really as beneficial for your health as you thought, or are they hiding something sinister under all that tasty goodness? In this video, we're going to take a look at 6 common foods that can actually kill you. These foods, while beneficial to your health in some ways, also have a dark side, and unless you consume them in exactly the right way, they might even prove lethal. Who doesn't love a nice bowl of salted cashew nuts? Cashew nuts are one of the most widely consumed nuts, and an average American consumes about half a pound of these nuts every year. Generally, cashews are good for you. They've got a ton of vitamins, minerals, and unlike most healthy foods, they even taste good. This, however, does not mean cashews are completely safe to eat. You see, raw cashews contain a toxin known as urushiol. Urushiol is the same toxin found in poison oak and poison ivy. Unless cashews have been steamed to remove this toxin, eating them can prove fatal to people that are allergic to poison ivy. Even touching the sap of raw cashews can cause an allergic reaction in some people, as the shells of raw cashews contain an acid called anacardic acid, which can burn your skin. It's that dangerous. Most of you might never have access to raw cashew nuts, but if you ever do come across a tree, remember to keep your distance. Fruit picking might sound fun, but trust me, cashews are one fruit you'd be better off just leaving alone. Every year, an average American consumes around 1.2 pounds of cherries. These cherries might be at the top of your cakes or in the form of jams, but they're there. Cherries might look like the tastiest berry out there, but weirdly, it's also the most dangerous. You see, while the cherry fruit itself is extremely healthy, containing over 10.5 milligrams of vitamin C and 3.2 grams of fiber in just one cup, the pits are just as toxic. One red cherry pit contains 3.9 milligrams of hydrogen cyanide, while one black cherry pit contains 2.7 milligrams. The pit of the morello cherry, however, takes the cake when it comes to toxicity, as it contains over 65 milligrams of hydrogen cyanide. The lethal dose of cyanide can be as low as 50 milligrams, so eating even one morello cherry pit is enough to send you to the grave. Cyanide is an extremely potent poison and has been used since World War II. Once inside the body, cyanide prevents your red blood cells from carrying oxygen, essentially suffocating your cells. The cell membrane is also disturbed, and long story short, death occurs. Cyanide works extremely fast, however there is an antidote available for this notorious murderer. The antidote is called hydroxycobalamin, which is administered in the form of an injection. You can get it yourself if you want, as it is available in the form of an over-the-counter drug. However, I would highly recommend that you instead just visit the ER if you end up ingesting cherry pits. The symptoms of cyanide poisoning include nausea, headaches, cardiac arrest, and in extreme cases, even death. Potatoes are by far one of the most consumed vegetables in the world. In the US, the potato has actually managed to top the list, and on average, about 50 pounds of potatoes are consumed per capita per year. Potatoes contain all the essential amino acids a person needs, and are full of carbs which can be super beneficial if you're looking to put on some weight. However, as useful and famous as potatoes might be, they're on this list for a reason. You see, when potatoes are stored improperly, they turn green. This greenish color is an indicator of the fact that the amount of chlorophyll in the potato has increased. The chlorophyll itself isn't an issue. The issue is the solanine that comes with the chlorophyll. Solanine is a nerve toxin, and it's what the plant uses to protect itself against pests when it's growing. When improperly stored, the potato can start sprouting again, and hence the production of solanine in it starts too. Solanine is very toxic, and at 2 to 5 milligrams for every kilogram of body weight, it can start producing adverse symptoms. At 3 to 6 milligrams per kilogram of body weight, the dose becomes lethal and will result in death if solanine poisoning treatment is not started. Green potatoes contain around 250 to 280 milligrams of solanine per kilogram, so you can see why they're so dangerous. Some people recommend cutting off the green part of the potato, but just to be safe, it's best to just discard the entire potato. It is possible that at high enough concentrations, the solanine has contaminated the entire potato, so you're better off just losing the potato instead of losing your life. In case you're wondering whether boiling the potato would denature the poison, I'm sorry to say, no. Only frying has been proven to deactivate solanine so far, and even that can go wrong if the temperature isn't high enough. Nuts are often hailed as wonder foods. They're nutrient-dense, and when compared to an equal amount of most other food categories, they're one of the most healthy foods you can eat. This list, however, is probably going to have you second-guessing every time you eat nuts from now on. After cashews, we've got almonds and pistachios. When compared ounce for ounce, almonds are the tree nut highest in protein, fiber, calcium, vitamin E, riboflavin, and niacin. Pistachios, on the other hand, are a great source of healthy fats, fiber, protein, antioxidants, various nutrients, including vitamin B6 and thiamine. They're also one of the best nuts you can use if you suffer from cardiovascular diseases. Enough of the benefits. Let's see what pistachios and almonds have got hidden up their sleeve. Both pistachios and almonds, while extremely healthy, have hydrogen cyanide, the same poison as cherries, hidden inside them. Only bitter almonds have cyanide, and you can get rid of that if you roast them, since that breaks the bonds holding the cyanide molecules together, essentially making it useless. The same antidote we mentioned previously, hydroxycobalamin, can be used here. Just be sure not to go for bitter almonds next time you're shopping, and you're safe. Everyone, from doctors to vegan health experts, recommend that you eat honey. So why is honey on our list? Well, as it turns out, honey isn't as sweet as it acts. Unpasteurized honey, that is. Unpasteurized honey contains a poisonous toxin called pyrrolizidine alkaloids. Eating as little as a teaspoon of unpasteurized honey can cause serious issues. Try your luck with more than a tablespoon, and you might actually end up dying. Honey can also contain toxins from the flowers and plants whose nectar was used in its production. Since a lot of toxins that can kill humans have no effect on bees, you can accidentally consume honey that is laced with toxins. In fact, honey contaminated with toxin is actually a common occurrence in Gurung, Nepal. The honey can produce hallucinogenic and psychotic effects, and as you probably guess, is used widely by the locals as a sort of gateway drug. Overdosing on the toxin can lead to death though, so I'd recommend you don't try it if you visit there. Symptoms of toxicity due to pyrrolizidine alkaloids in unpasteurized honey include headaches, dizziness, weakness, and vomiting, which can last an entire day, eventually leading to a not-so-sweet end of your honey-eating journey. Ask any doctor and they'll start listing the benefits of brown rice like there's no tomorrow, and they'd be right. Brown rice is rich in both carbs and fiber. The dietary fiber that these rice are chock full of is actually a great way to reduce your risk of cardiovascular disease. The magnesium found in brown rice is also a great way to prevent strokes. Unfortunately, there's a catch to all these benefits, a very serious one. You see, brown rice is often contaminated with high amounts of arsenic. Accumulation of this arsenic in the body can lead to a whole list of cancers, including bladder, kidney, liver, prostate, and lung cancer. This arsenic comes from the ability of brown rice to absorb minerals from the ground they're grown in. Since brown rice are grown in the same fields that once had arsenic-fertilized cotton, they absorb all that arsenic. Brown rice has 80% more arsenic than white rice, so if I were you, I'd avoid eating too much brown rice. That was all for today. Let us know if you liked the video. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. See you next time. Peace.